Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Even though times are hard, we will not allow ourselves to be bullied into silence. We will speak out and let our people know what's going on behind the scenes. In this video, I want us to listen to some remarks made by Rigathi Gachagua in Italy. Remarks that clearly confirms how rogue this government has become. Listen to this.
Very pleased with the session that was here before, because in Kenya we have succeeded in having a very good and effective school feeding program that has doubled school enrollment, and when the children have been fed, the parents are able to proceed with their daily hustles. We have embraced financial inclusivity by creating a 10 billion Kenya shillings fund for the Hustler Nation. The Hustler Nation are the ordinary people who are the majority in terms of food production. There before, there has been a great challenge in accessing affordable credit to enable farmers to buy inputs and to buy the right certified seeds. As a result of that financial inclusivity to the people at the bottom of the pyramid, many farmers are able now to produce food and produce the right yield.
Yes. Rigathi Gachagua is talking about the Hustlers Fund and how that fund has transformed the livelihoods of very many Kenyans, and more so the farmers. And he's also talking about school feeding program and how it has also changed things. Those are all open lies by Rigathi Gachagua. And the remarks by Rigathi Gachagua goes on to expose the extent of deceit and propaganda of William Ruto's government, lying in broad daylight. The Hustlers Fund, if you look at the default rate of that fund, very many Kenyans are not able to even pay back the 500 or the 600 shillings they were loaned. In fact, that fund has left Kenyans in a worse off economic position than they were before they took that fund. They are now in debt. So that fund has actually made Kenyans even poorer than they were, in that they have now accrued debts. Very many took that money and maybe they ate that money because the amount was too little. It could not start any meaningful business, or it could not actually upgrade any business. So most hustlers who took that fund actually ate it. That's the truth of the matter here. So that fund has not helped Kenyans, as Rigathi is trying to say. And then on the school feeding program, that's also a very big lie, because as I talk, if you look at the university education, this government has done away with the help. The university education has become more expensive than it was before. The help loan is now not something that is mandatory for every Kenyan student joining university. Ruto's government has done away with it. If you look at secondary education and even primary education, the school fee has been increased. So I fail to understand how a government increasing school fee, the most important ingredient of education, I fail to understand how that government increasing education school fee now boasts of a school feeding program. If the students themselves cannot afford being in school, that school feeding program, in my honest opinion, is not helping them. So that's just another lie by Rigathi Gachagua. And if you look on how Rigathi was speaking, it's a fact that even the foreigners there, those leaders who are with him, were really doubting what he was saying, because they are alive with the fact of what is happening in Kenya. Not once or twice, students in Kenya have been rioting as a result of school fee increment. Where have you seen where a government is feeding school children in Kenya? I don't think that's very good of Rigathi Gachagua to lie in broad daylight. And besides that, if you listen on how Rigathi speaks, Moses Kuria speaks, largely if you listen on how this government speaks, it's as if the constitution has been suspended. Let me remind William Ruto and his government. Ruto, when you are being sworn in, you swore to uphold the constitution and the rule of law. From what we are seeing in Kenya, it appears you have abandoned the constitution and you are now unleashing goons on innocent Kenyans. That's the truth, and that's what William Ruto should and must be told. You swore to uphold the rule of law. Please, Mr. Ruto, uphold the rule of law. That's what you swore. Failure to which, I'm just seeing anarchy going to be the order of the day, where innocent Kenyans are being arrested and their whereabouts can't even be traced. That's not how to build a country. As I conclude, it's almost certain right now that the impunity in Kenya is now reaching some unprecedented levels. What's happening in Kenya had never been seen before. In fact, it was being said that Moi was a dictator, but it never reached where it has reached today. The only way Kenyans can stop that is by being brave and speaking against all the excesses and against all the ills of the government. If we allow ourselves to be intimidated into silence, then we are really heading into terrible. This country is going to be terrible. We must all speak out. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. Just as I did indicate when we were starting, if you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. The remarks by Rigathi Gachagua confirms one thing. Anarchy is getting roots in Kenya. That's coming out very, very clearly. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you.
Do you explain the massacre of the Ruos? Because let us not mince word. In the last 1 week, what we have experienced in this country is a massacre of the Ruos. The killing of Ruos, really a genocide that has now been committed by this regime in this country. And remember, Ruto is still mstakiwa kule ICC. Hajaachiliwa, yet his regime has committed another genocide. And the police officers who are serving today needs to be careful. They need to talk to those who are in office before. In fact, it is good that those retired are being called. Wawaambie hiyo safari wanatumiwa itawaacha huko ICC wakiwa peke yao. Now that you have mentioned the police officers, so how can our police officers, because this is what is happening, they are taking instructions from politicians, members of parliament, MCAs, kama wengine hapa Nairobi, governors. They are the ones saying, you saw Arama in the streets of Nakuru with a gun moving around, and you're asking, when he's moving in the streets and he's the commander, he was the commander in chief. So you can tell that many things are outside this constitution, and we need to call these people out. How do you explain when you see